Those Nest cameras that people often put inside their homes or perhaps at the front door are meant to keep those inside the home safe. But a Washington Post report claims the cameras are susceptible to hacking. For more on the camera concerns, I'm joined by Albergotti, consumer tech reporter with the Washington Post. Thank you for being here. You highlight a really frightening incident for a California mom. How did hackers get access, and just how easy was it for them to do so?
Thanks for having me. Well, it's actually so easy that some people wouldn't even call it hacking at all. The underlying problem here is that almost all people on the internet reuse their passwords from one website to the next. Now, the problem of hacking has gotten so bad, it's all of our passwords pretty much are out there. Somewhere along the line, some website that you've signed up for has been hacked and your password has been posted on the internet. So if you don't use a different password for each website on the internet, you're really a sitting duck. The other thing that's going on is that there is software that allows hackers to take these stolen passwords that are just out there on the internet and check them instantly against hundreds of different websites. So it's become so easy to take these stolen passwords and then actually use them to log into people's accounts. Now, this is what happened to this California mom that you talked about. She had reused her password on multiple websites, and hackers actually took her password and logged into her Nest Cam and talked to her 3-year-old. And this went on for some time before she realized what was actually going on. So it is a scary situation.
Yeah, truly frightening. It sounds like the moral of the story here, Reed, is to change those passwords and to do it often.
That is one of the morals, but the other issue that I think is equally important is there needs to be a discussion about what companies should do to protect against this. Now, Nest actually had known about this problem, and they did take steps to try to protect users. They sent out emails and warned them to reuse their passwords. They went out and actually looked on the dark web for these stolen passwords and then compared them against their own records to see if which of their users were vulnerable. But there is more that they could actually do, and I talked to Nest about this. They said that the reason they don't take certain steps, such as using CAPTCHAs, those are those things where you have to, click on pictures of cars, is because those things are inconvenient for users. They create what the industry refers to as friction, and they don't want to do that. That can result in lower sales or users logging off and using some other service. So there's this tension at internet companies, between user convenience and security. And I think a lot of people don't realize that that's the case.
Yeah, it seems like they need to strike this balance, right, that protects the consumer, but that also makes the product convenient. How do you suppose that they do that?
Absolutely. Well, look, I think as these companies look at the problem, they're looking at their competitors and they're going, well, if we make our product more secure but maybe a little bit more annoying to use, what's our competitor doing? Are we going to be at a disadvantage? So I think that we need to think about standards across the entire internet around security. The problem is all of these companies, and this is what security researchers told me, they're all coming up with their own security protocols, their own systems individually. And because there's not one system across the web, you just end up with this kind of haphazard and kind of shoot from the hip policy on security.
Yeah, and in the end, some consumers are the ones that sort of suffer, like that mom that you mentioned. Reed, really appreciate your great reporting. Thanks so much for talking to us about this.
Thank you.